Okay, hope you're doing well today. I hope everyone's drinking a lot, recovering from the fast a little bit, and this post-Yom Kippur day and quick into Erev Shabbos. I hope you're preparing for a wonderful Shabbos ahead. Wanted to share a Rashi on Haazinu towards the end of the Parsha. It's a long Rashi, but don't get scared off. It's a beautiful Rashi, an important Rashi. Um, Towards the end of the Parsha, Moshe says, "Vayidaber Hashem el Moshe be'etzem hayom hazeh lemor." Leading into Moshe's death, Hashem speaks to him be'etzem hayom hazeh, at the height of the day. Etzem hayom hazeh. Rashi picks up on this expression, etzem hayom hazeh, the essence of the day, the height of the day, and tells us all the various places in the Chumash where this expression is mentioned and what they all have to do with each other. I think it's a beautiful expression, and it's one that I've always noticed as a theme in the Torah in various places, and this is a nice Rashi that pulls them all together. He says, "B'shlosha makomos ne'amar be'etzem hayom hazeh." 3 places it says be'etzem hayom hazeh. Ne'amar b'Noach, be'etzem hayom hazeh ba Noach. It says that when Noach goes into the Teva, it also says be'etzem hayom hazeh. B'maris oro shel yom. Etzem means like at the height of the light of the day, right? The essence of the day means the middle of the day. The middle of the day is the brightest part of the day, the time when the sun is shining directly down. Why did he want to do it at that time? Lefi shehayu dora omrim, because his generation was saying, Mikach v'kach im anu margishim bo, ein anu menichim oto likanis lateva. We'll never let this happen. He's speaking about all these crazy things, about a flood and about a teva, and we're never going to let it happen. We're never going to let him get on. Velo od ela anu notlim, kishilin v'kardumus, mevakin ateva. We're going to take our axes. We're going to chop apart the teva. We're never going to let it happen. Amar Kadosh Baruch Hu, Hareini machniso bechetzi hayom, v'chol mi sheyesh bo koach limchos yavo v'yimcha. Hashem wanted, therefore, to make the entry to the Teva the most public, obvious of fashions, the middle of the day, the height of the day, the light of the day, to show everyone in the world that they're wrong, that he was going to go on, that there was going to be a flood, and that nothing they could do could damage that. If he had done it in secret, he'd gone in the middle of the night, they could have come up with all kinds of stories, because, he never really went on, he probably died, he disappeared, where could he be? He never went. But the fact that it occurred when everyone could see was particularly important. There's the public nature to Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh, which was important in the Noach story. Second place, B'Mitzrayim Nemar. It talks about it in Yitzias Mitzrayim. The pasuk says, Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh, Hotzi, Parshas Bo, it tells us that Hashem took us out of Egypt, Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh, at the height of the day. You can imagine a similar theme as by Noach. Lefish hayu mitzrim omrim, the Egyptians were saying throughout the last plague, Mikach v'kach, imanu margishim behem, einu manich motam latzeis. In the end of the day, we're not going to let them go. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. We're going to prevent them. They keep saying they're leaving. They're leaving. They're not going to leave so quickly. We're going to prevent them. We're going to guard the gates. We're going to take our swords, we're going to take our weapons, we're going to kill them. If they try to leave, we'll guard the door. I'm going to take them out in the middle of the day. Anybody who wants to come and object, come. You won't have any hand up on us. We're going to leave, and it's going to be public, and it's going to be noticeable. It's going to be in the middle of the day. Again, the exact same thing. There were detractors in terms of the miracle of Noach. Hashem makes it in the middle of the day. There were detractors in terms of the miracle of Yitzias Mitzrayim. Hashem makes it in the middle of the day. Very public, very obvious, something no one could question. So now, too, in our story over here with the death of Moshe. So too over here. Why? Now the detractors were the Jews, and they didn't have evil intent, they had beautiful intent. The Jewish people were saying, as Moshe says he's dying, it's his last day, they were saying, Mikach v'kach, imanu margishim bo, einanu manichim oso. If we have any say in the matter, if we even notice him slipping off, we will never let him go. We want our Moshe, we want him to stay, we want him to continue to be with us. Adam shotzianu miMitzrayim, v'karai lanu es hayam, v'horid lanu es haman, v'higiz lanu es haslav, v'nasam lanu es haTorah, v'hel lanu es habe'er, ein anu manichim oso. The person who got us out of Egypt, and he split the sea for us, and he got us the man, and he got us the slav, and he got us the Torah, and he got us the be'er with water, we are never letting him go. The series there sounds like Dayenu. the list after Dayenu that we say about HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Well, here they were saying it about Moshe Rabbeinu, all the various things he helped to accomplish. They didn't want to let him go. They wanted to disprove HaKadosh Baruch Hu in that way. They didn't want to let him go. Amar Kadosh Baruch Hu, Hareini machniso bechetzi hayom. I'm going to cause him to go up onto the mountain and to die be'etzem hayom hazeh. In the middle of the day, in the height of the day, in the light of the day, they will all see it. They will all know what's happening. As sad as it is, as tragic as it is, as grief-stricken as they might be, they have to know that this is the necessary step in the future of their life, in the future of the Jewish people. And so it had to be very obvious, not secretive. Couldn't happen behind closed doors. There's another piece to the Moshe story, which is, of course, connected also to his place of burial and all of that, which is to not make him into a god. You could see even here in the expression of Rashi, they were starting to think that he did all these miracles, right? It's very important that the Jewish people very clearly see him go and die, and that they don't know his burial spot. So the death had to happen in a public manner, not just to show them that they couldn't hold on to him, but also to show that he was human, that he died, he had his place. We're not even going to create a big matzeva for him, so it shouldn't be a place of worship, chas v'shalom, or something like that, because we always have to ultimately believe that people have their time and place, and people pass on, and that we have HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who's the only one who's everlasting. So that's the connection of all the Etzem Hayom Hazez. I wanted to mention as we end that there are other Be'etzem Hayom Hazez. If you take a look in a concordance or you look it up in any search, you'll see Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh appears in other places. Two most predominantly in my mind, that I haven't done the search in a long time, so I don't quite remember, but the two most predominant ones are by Avram Avinu with Bris Milah. The Bris Milah takes place Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh, and just on my mind right now, in Parshas Emor, I believe, when Yom Kippur is being described, it says that the fast takes place Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh. So I don't know why Rashi doesn't relate to these other Etzem Hayom Hazeh, but I actually think Rashi's point here applies to all of them as well. And I wanted to speak about those two that I remember. In terms of Milah, Avram's Milah was a great testament to the world about his bris with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It was the full culmination of the bris bein habesarim. The covenant he made with Hashem was realized when he did this thing that nobody else did, when he circumcised himself. That had to be the Etzem Hayom Hazeh, as clear as day, the middle of the day, for everyone to see, a very public declaration that he was entering into this covenant. So that's very understandable why the bris would take place Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh. Yom Kippur too happens Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh, and I think it has a very important lesson for all of us. Yom Kippur is, of course, the day of tshuva, the day of slicha, mechila, great forgiveness from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Many miracles happen in the Beis HaMikdash on this day. It also takes place Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh, as if to tell us that there could not be nothing more clear in the world than Hashem's compassion for us and Hashem's forgiveness for us. Just like Rashi says here about the other cases, there could be all kinds of detractors. Oh, you're kidding me. You have a day full of God's forgiveness. You get a second chance. You get your slate wiped clean. No way. Impossible. If I have any say in the matter, I'll never let it happen. You should be responsible for your deeds. So many people, ourselves included, could be detractors about Yom Kippur. When the Kohen Gadol comes out of the Kodesh HaKodashim, the string turns from red to white, and the people are forgiven, it had to be Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh, at the height of the day, the clarity of the day, for everyone to see. That's just how important Yom Kippur is, and the forgiveness that we feel. And so we're basking in that today a little bit in the aftermath of Yom Kippur. Thought it was important to highlight that Be'etzem Hayom Hazeh. Hopefully continue to enjoy that forgiveness for a long time to come, and continue to excel and to do great things, and to see the miracles of HaKadosh Baruch Hu as clear as day. Wish you all a wonderful Shabbos ahead. Take care.
Thank
you, Rabbi.
you,
Good
Rabbi.
Good Shabbos to you.
Shalom.
Thank you, Rabbi.
No,
Enjoy the rest of the day too.
man, you too.